गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नमो नमः सद्गुरुभ्यः सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो नमः सद्गुरुभ्यः सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। ज्ञानवैराग्य संपूर्णान् हरिभक्तिपरायणान् पूर्वाचार्यानहं वन्दे सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तकान्। हरे रामेति कृष्णेति नाम संकीर्तनं सदा लोकक्षेमाय कुर्वन्तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे। कलये सुन्दराकारं सदैकप्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं शरणं भजे। मुरळीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनं व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेम भक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्। प्रह्लादनारदपराशरपुण्डरीकव्यासाम्बरीशसुखशौनकभीष्मदार्यान् रुक्माङ्गदार्जुनवसिष्ठविभीषणादीन् पुण्यानिमान् परमभागवतान् स्मरामि। श्रीमान् शेषाद्रिनिलयः शरणागतवत्सलः सर्वलोकैकनाथश्च श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। ब्रह्मरुद्रादच्यमानप्रसन्नचरणाम्बुजः पद्मावती प्राणनाथ श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। शरण्यः सर्वलोकानां शङ्खचक्रगदाधरः प्रणतार्तिहरो विष्णुः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। मेघश्यामलरूपश्च जगन्मङ्गलविग्रहः श्रीवत्सकौस्तुभधरः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। पीताम्बरः पद्मनेत्रो गोविन्दः कोमलाधरः वनमाली वासुदेवः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। क्वणत्किङ्किणीपादश्च काञ्चीकङ्कणभूषितः कल्याणगुणचारित्रः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। करुणापूर्णहृदयः गन्धर्वामरसेवितः कोटिमन्मथलावण्यः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। प्रसाददेश संहृष्ट भक्तमण्डलपूजितः प्रपत्तिमार्गसुलभः श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम। श्रीहरये नमः श्रीहरये नमः श्रीहरये नमः। गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
By the infinite grace and compassion of our very beloved Sadguru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, and in the benign presence and with the infinite compassion of Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal and our Madhuriski Sameta Premikavarga Thakurji, we are all here on the third day of the Utsava. Kalau bhaktihi bhaktya Krishna purastitaha. Bhagavatam says. Bhagavatam Mahatmya says. Greatness of Bhagavatam from Padma Purana says, in Kali Yuga, alam kataihi, alam tirtaihi, alam jnana katha alapaihi. Everything else, all other sadhanas may give prayojana, may not give prayojana. We don't know. Sir, will this road take you to the, let's say, the Houston Hobby Airport? Ask someone. Someone says it may take you, may not take you. Will you even take that road, especially if you have a flight to catch? No, isn't it? If probably you are going on an expedition that may work fine, okay, let's go, let's try it out. If you are going to catch a flight, better not take that road. Better take a road that is being clearly defined either by Google Maps properly, and even with all latest information saying there is no construction, no traffic, that's the easiest path you will catch, isn't it? And that is being given by our Shastras. When it comes to our spirituality, it is being given by our Puranas, our Shastras, And it is not because these paths are not great, it's not because of just the problems in the path. Could be because of your own karma. Your car may not go in that speed, right? Or it could be because of various things. You may need a pit stop. You may need a gas fill, which will not be on a particular highway, right? Or it is not always a problem with the path. It is also a problem. It could also be limitations from our end. And because of various different limitations, our Puranas say there are so many paths to Bhagavan. Infinite Bhagavanas, infinite ways to reach him. But if you want the easiest path, if you want the shortest path, easiest path for this day and age, Bhagavatam. Dharmam Bhagavatam Kalau Ati Sukham. Be present on the last day we hear this statement. During Radha Kalyanam we say this. Dharmam Bhagavatam Kalau Ati Sukham Bhaktum Dhara Praptayo Sri Radha Madhava Vaibhavotsavam. He says. It is a very happy path to Bhagavan, to attain our goal. Not just that, Prahlada Swami says it is a pure path. Kalau Bhagavatam Dharmam Ati Shuddham, Shuddham Bhagavata Dharmam, Narada Devadarshana. He says, in Bhagavatam it says, Bhagavad Dharma is the purest Dharma. Why? Tuli Niyamam Niyada. No, there is no rules, so it becomes the purest. When there are absolutely no rules, then there is no reason for impurity in this dharma. So it is pure and it is pleasant. It is pleasant to travel along. Generally, when you undertake a task, only at the end of the task we get the result, and we look forward to that result at the end of the task. Let's take our salaries we get at the end of a month. How many of us work for the sake of, I'm building this particular product, I'm working for this particular organization, doing this particular job. Yeah, it may be a byproduct, you're getting that, a little bit of that happiness. But eventually, you want to make sure that salary is credited to the account every 15 days or 1 month or whatever it is, right? Otherwise, will we even undertake that work? Yeah. So, but Bhagavad Dharma is one dharma where you take that path forward. That path also is so pleasant, they say it is where you taste the result. You taste the result as you travel along. As you travel along, you see the comfort in the path, and the destination is obviously comfortable, obviously pleasant. Right? That is the beauty of Bhagavad Dharma. When we talk about Bhagavad Dharma all this time, what is it? What is this? What is it? Very simple. Shravanam Kirtanam, 9 steps Prahlada Swami says. But very simply, Shravanam Kirtanam alone is enough. Those are more like what we are supposed to be doing. Because Smaranam is not in your total control. The third bhakti that Prahlada Swami says, Smaranam is not totally in your control. Like they say, don't think of a monkey while taking the pill, right? You have to do Smaranam, No, it is not going to work. Because Smaranam is never in our control. How can we bring Smaranam to our control? Through Shravanam and Kirtanam. The more and more we do Shravanam and Kirtanam, Smaranam comes to our control. And that's why Shravana is said as the very first step to Bhagavan. And that alone is enough. Merely Shravanam is enough. Merely listening to Bhagavad Guna will take us ashore. Bhagavatam says, when we start Bhagavatam, in the second canto, when Sri Shuka comes, Parikshit is waiting, to get a solace from his curse, to see what can be done. He has only 7 days to live, so Parikshit is just waiting there when Sri Shuka comes. Tatragama Bhagavan Asaputraka. When Sri Shuka comes, Parikshit is so happy, he's asking, what I should be doing. Yat Shrotavyam, Apo Japyam, Yat Kartavyam, Smartavyam, Bhajaniyam. All of that he's asking. And Sri Shuka says, I'll do one thing. All you need to do is Etan Nirvidhyamananam Ichatam Kudobhyam Janmalabhakar Pumsam Ante Narayanan Sathiamoorthy. And for that, to get Bhagavad Smriti, the easiest way is to listen to Bhagavad. And he gives a motivation saying, Katwanga, which was a great rishi, he attained moksha in one muhurta. He came to know that Bhagavan, he has only one muhurta to live, and he attained moksha in one muhurta by just doing dharana. Controlled his mind, doing dharana, one muhurta is about 48 minutes, something like that, right? Within that, he attained moksha. So don't worry. A true listener, Parikshit is not yet there. So he is like, oh, then tell me what dharana is. Immediately he goes there, says, tell what dharana is. That's because he's starting to learn how to listen. He's not yet there. Sri Shuka just gave an example of Katvanga. He called the dharana part of that example. And said, tell me what dharana is. Greatest of storytellers, Sri Shukas, he didn't say, hey, don't worry about dharana. He goes on explaining what dharana is. And he speaks about dharana eloquently in the first chapter. There are two types of doing dharana and so on and so forth. He gives a very detailed account. Why? Because he's showing that is also a path. And for some it is an enjoyable path, not for everyone. Then he says, for Parikshit, for you and me, you know what? We are always bestowed with the greatest of, if you want to drink Amrita, the nectar, we want a cup, a chalice to drink, isn't it? We are bestowed with a cup to drink this Amrita, and the cup is nothing but our ears. Karnakutaihi. We have this cup, and I will fill it with Amrita, Katha Krishna Katha continuously, and you keep drinking it. You will never be satisfied. You keep drinking it. And you know what will happen? I'll get moksha. No. It alone is not enough. Ella moksha that is not enough. Sri Shuka says, in Vaibhavotsavam there will be all these Nitya stories that are there, and Perumal will be seated, it seems. Perumal is there. If he is just there, and all these Nitya stories will be seated there. They'll be sitting there. I don't know with closed eyes or open eyes. They'll be sitting there. Number will be at the door sitting, and then the more and more we listen to Krishna Katha, we get closer to his feet. Yat charana saroruhantikam. Whoever has come to Vaikuntha listening Krishna Katha, they'll be the closest to Bhagavan's feet. They'll be the closest to Bhagavan's feet. That is the greatness of listening to Katha. Katha Shravanam is the greatest. So much so that Bhagavan himself likes to listen to Katha, isn't it? Ramavataram, if we take, Lord Rama wanted to listen to Bharata Katha. In Ramayana itself, Bharatasya Katham Kuru. He says, Lord, let us listen to Bharata's Katha, Lakshmana. The Godavari water was very cold. Lakshmana thought he will, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you have to bath, you have to take Anna, brother, to take bath in the Godavari river. It's very, very, very cold. What to do? You cannot make it warm. You cannot make the entire stream warm. What can we do? Maybe you can make your body warm. Right? How do you make your body warm? Maybe, bring, so our Lakshmana being Adishesha Avataram, he thinks the easiest way to make the body warm is to get angry, right? So, easy way. He instantly becomes angry. One problem is the problem is making the other person angry, making the brother angry. He starts talking. Look at this Kaikeyi. Look at this Kaikeyi. Rama stops right there. Lakshmana, I know what you're trying to do. Let us make ourselves very pleasant. Then Godavari will also become pleasant. How to make ourselves pleasant? Bharatasya Katham Kuru. Talk about Bharata. That was Ramachandra, our Lord's bhavam there. And even towards the end, or the beginning, if I should say, when Lava and Kusha come to do Ramayana, Chakravarti Thirumagan, who was sitting in the entrance, who was sitting all the way behind, slowly comes forward and he is in the first row. By the time it is the second day, third day, not the 9th day. The second day, third day, so he is in the first row. Here, although he is listening to Ramakatha. And that Ramakatha gave him itself its prayojanam, isn't it? That was the greatness of Ramakatha. And not to mention, the Divine Mother also listens to Ramakatha. Hanumanji, all of us know, listens to Ramakatha. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam tatra tatra kritamasta kanchana. And when the Divine Mother descends down as Rukmini Devi, she listens to Krishna Katha. Right? She listens to Krishna Katha. Ena Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shrimbhatante Nirvishya Karna Vivarehi Haratonga Talpam Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilarthalabham Tvayachyuta Vishati Chittam Apatrapam Me Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara. Bhuvana Sundara, she addresses Bhagavan as Bhuvana Sundara and says, it is Shrutva. Look at the tense there. After having listened to, it is a continuing tense there, after having listened to Shrutva Gunan. Which means, I have been listening and I will continue to listen. Bhagavan Puchna, nice. That Shrutva alone was enough for Bhagavan. Mahatma say Bhuvana Sundara was enough for Bhagavan, and Shrutva alone was enough. Shrutva Gunan is enough. Katha kettu vandiyani saroru charana saroru hadika. Bhagavan says that is my bhava. I will come down and Bhagavan goes, picks up Rukmini and comes. Yeah. He goes down, picking up Rukmini, Vanda, then everything. The rest is history, isn't it? Neelavegari Bhakaram, Balarka Samana Chelam. Nilambaranajam, Gopavalakam, isn't it? Alokeliya Rukmini Kalyani Gopal. Allah. He comes, he marries Rukmini. Avladha. Anyway, Shrutva continue panniyen suniye. Will you continue to listen? In many people's life, the story stops right there. Right? Until marriage for us, Shrutva Nannarukum. After marriage, Allah. But for Rukmini Devi, it was not like that. For her, Shrutva Gunan, it was a continuing tense. Isn't it? Allah, Shravana Tori, that is the greatness of Shravana. For her, it was a continuing tense. Dinna Takarichit Sukhamasinam Swatalpastam Jagadgurum Patim Paryacharat Vaishmi Yajanena Saki Janaihi. Bhagavan is in Rukmini Devi's palace. Lord Krishna, and he is in a beautiful Paryankam, beautiful cot, swinging cot, which is completely gold, made of gold, and Rukmini Devi is in that side. Sri Shuka describes this beautiful setting. There is dhupam coming around, this lamps lit all over the place, and she has a beautiful chamar in a fan in her hand. She is starting to fan Krishna. Apo, she says, Krishna, you have, I have listened, Shrutva Gunan. We are not leaving Shrutva today. Shrutva, you said we have listened to, I told you I have listened to your Katha and I have only come here. Now, you know what I want to do? I want to listen to more Krishna Katha. Enga from you yourself. You tell me your Leelas. Bhagavan Patama, till date, people will listen and I will sit and people will read Bhagavatam, I sit and listen. That is all normal. But now I have to tell my own Katha. Thank God it was not Sita Devi, Illana Rama. Atmanam, Manusham, I was born as human. I mean, one line story. But here, who is speaking? Krishna, isn't it? He has said, Nanda Bhagavan. I don't want that Katha. When you are a little kid, tell me that Katha. Tell me that very Katha. When you are a very little kid, I would like to listen to that Katha. Bhagavan Sana, he has never told this Katha to anyone. Only Sri Shuka has told, many other Mahatmas have told. Now Bhagavan himself wants to tell. Bhagavan, you will be so he is stealing from Sri Shuka and said, Andasya Patni Grahamajjanadikam Vipraihi Kritasvasteram Supujitaihi Annadya Vasasra Abhishta Denubihi Sanjata Nidraksham I start from when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, Amma used to put me on her shoulder and say, Tachila Krishna, Tachila Krishna. I will start to sleep. Sanjata Nidra, Kshamasi Shekshana. Okay, then what happened? I started saying something and all. Shambhu Swagatamasyatam Itaito Vamena Padmasana Krauchare Kushalam Sukham Surapate Vitteshano Drishyase. Did Krishna started saying, oh, Parameshwara, come. Sit. Sit down. Then, who came? Brahmaji came, it says. Brahmaji came. Oh, Brahma, come, sit here. Then who's coming? Very peacock for this, all peacock for it. Muruga comes. Oh, Muruga, come. There's so many people. There are two other people also that are coming. Two other people that are missing actually. They are standing as trees there still. Vitesha. Our Kubera is coming. Kubera, why those long time no see? Vitesha no Drishyadhe. Long time no see. Krishna in his dream is speaking it seems. Dream Bhagavan is in that in Vaikuntha Vivala, Kshiradra Paka Vadrikana. Bhagavan is there. He's talking about all of this. Dream Yashoda Pata, Amma Pata. Ittam Swapnagatasya Kavitavajitaha Shukwa Yashoda Giraha. Chuchu, I don't someone has cast an evil eye on my kid. Someone. Kim Balaka Jalpasi Tirachitam Dudu Kritam Patunaha. We have to do the cast all the evil eyes. This Bhagavan I drank half the milk. Then I was starting to yawn. She is going and looking, peeping into my mouth. There was a white peak. Parameshwara was there. Kailaso Navanita Tikshitirayan Rajadumloshtati Kshirodhopi Nipita Dugdati Rasatsmere Prapulle Mukhe Matra. What is this white peak? I told him not to eat a lot of butter. He's eaten a lot of butter. It is all in his mouth. It's actually Kailasham. All these, the entire earth is seen. But you didn't eat mutton. That is that mud you ate because the earth around the ear. Then the milk also, she says, see, even the milk you haven't digested properly. This is undigested milk. Total indigestion. Matra ajirna diya dhidam chakitaya nashtasmi drishtakaya dhuthu vatsaka jiva chiram ityukto avatanno harihi. We have to cast this evil eyes or else there will be a problem. How do you know? Nama Bhagavata Kadamita. Tu Engal Tumala Kannan Peril Yaro Kan Vaita Vaitirindar Tu He's casting all the evil eyes on behalf of Yashoda Maya. Nitamur Kandam Valdu Pidai Tano Neram Povadu Baram Tane Kutram Sulli Yenna Payano Mane Aayu Kulam Kulam Varavanda Govindan Nindru Nile Kandu Yaru Kan Vaitirindadu Tu He's casting all the bad evils. So now the Bhagavata our story to our Rukmini Devi. Then, more. More. Okay, then I'll tell you one more story. Okay, tell a story. I'll tell you once when I went to, I would sometimes I like milk, sometimes I never drink milk. சில நேரம் பால் வேணும். My mother, whenever I ask for milk, she won't give. But whenever I don't want milk, she give me. ஒரு நாள் கேட்குறாம்மா, பால் வேணும்மா, பால் வேணும்மா. மாதஹ மா கிம் யதுநாத. என்னடா பார்க்கணும், what happened? Dehi chashakam, give me a cup so I can drink with chashakam. Why kim tena patum payaha? I want to drink milk. Please give me a cup. All the milk is done. In the main milk only at night. Only at night you have to drink milk. Done. Tannasya yadya kadasti va nishinisha. Ipa kadiyadhu. Appa eppama raatri nishinisha. Oh, raatri na when the sun will set and when it will be dark. Is that what night is? Yes, that is what night is. Then I'll close my eyes, ma. He closed his eyes. Now it is night. Now give me. Kavandakarodaya Amilakshiyugam Vishapyupagata Deiti Maturmuhu Vakshojam Shukakarshano Dedakaraha Krishnasya Pushnatunaha. The other time, when my mother doesn't want, when I don't want milk, mother will trust on me. Oh, Krishna, drink milk. Amma, and Amma, I don't want. Samadana Veda Dandamla Kriya. Mother, Yashoda Maya deployed on me a lot. என்ன காளுந்தி புலினோ தரே சுபுசலி கண்ணா பால்குடி இல்லைம்மா வேண்டாம், போர் அடிச்சு போச்சு. என்னடா போர் அடிச்சு போச்சு? ஷீராபதி நிறைய குடிச்சாச்சுமா. ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் மில்க். காளுந்தி புலினோ தரே சுபுசலி. அப்ப என்னடா நீ மட்டும் பால் குடிக்கலன்னு பாரு. நம்ம சாமதானமாக முடிச்சு நீ மட்டும் குடிக்கலன்னா ஐ வில் கிவ் இட் டு பலராம சுவாமி. Balarama Swami is now, he has gone to Yamuna river. He will come. I will give it to him. Kudikiliya. Maya got it wrong, She did some and she went to Veda. Dana Pandaliya. So, Krishna says, Balarama Swami, now when he comes, he can drink. Yavat Katha Litum. He's gone, he will come back after playing, then drink. He will drink, otherwise you drink. How much good? Then Yashoda Maya says, Patya, now I know the reason. Could you see Balaram Swami's hair? It is grown so long, and he's stealing and drinking all your milk and you're not drinking your milk. If you drink your milk, you will have long hair. You told that I want hair like Radhe Ma. Radhe has so much long hair. I want hair like Sunya Liya. Radhe. எஸ் அப்போ சொல்றேன் வரேன் வெயிட் பண்ணு கேளு கதை கேட்கும்போது இப்படிலாம் பொறுமையா கேளு. தென் பலராம சொன்ன, ஓ அப்படியா, ஓ இஃப் ஐ ட்ரிங்க் மில்க் ஐ கெட் லாங் ஹேர். தெரியாதா உனக்கு? எஸ் லாங் ஹேர் இஃப் யூ ட்ரிங்க் மில்க். அப்படியே குருமா தாவத் கார்பரிகம் பயப்பி பஹரேஹே வர்திஷ்யதே தேஷிகா. Immediately Krishna runs out of the வரலாமா அவன் மீண்டும் வாங்கலாம். இதுதான் சான்ஸ். அவர் யசோதா மேல gives a big glass of milk, drink அப்படிங்கிறார். எடுத்து குடிச்சா கிருஷ்ணா takes one sip. வரலாமா takes one more sip. Glass is not even half empty. Touches his hair and says, வரலாமா इत्थं बालतया प्रकारणपरः श्रुत्वा यशोदागिरः पानान्न स्वशिखां स्पृशन् प्रमुदितः क्षीरे अर्धपीते हरिः. Rukmini Devi was so interested in this Katha. இதுக்கு மேல when they start stealing butter, no one can ask. He starts talking about how Bhagavan stole butter. ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு போனேன் அங்க Mami was not there. Slowly I went and the butter, because I know I steal butter with my friends. Every house knows that I'm stealing butter. So mommy and I they keep the pot all the way up high and tight up there, and so that I cannot steal. I go with my friends, take one stool on over that other stool, and then stools are all done. Then the kids over their shoulders, and then I went all the way up top. Yanna yatrantastida dugdhabandam vrishaka apakrishya chadya gantara. Remember mommy? She has tied a bell there. When Krishna comes and touches that, the bell will ring. She has tied a bell there. Then, but Krishna didn't know that. He almost claimed that. Mommy vandone, yarade, kaspum bale, who's this? Amma, mommy is come here. Balarama, he'll be hefty stout now, so the mommies will be afraid. Kaspum, Balarama, Balarama's brother. Balajaha. I can see from your darkness, I can see you are not Balarama, Balam is Teriyadu. Sari, what is, what are you doing here? Mommy, I was going there, Amma said, Amma gave me a task. And I wanted to complete that task. Amma sonna, there's a cow, a calf that is missing. Go find it, it's in our home. And searching, it's in our home. Why did you come to my home? Manmandira. Mommy, Manmandira. I thought this is my home. Amma Sulika, Mama, this is also my home, I thought, Mommy. Manmandira Shankaya. Yuktam tan navanita patra vivare hastam kimartam. Now you know it is not your home, right? I saw something is hanging up top. I thought I will see. What was the task? The calf, right? Calf. Yeah, I thought the calf is hanging up there. There is a white tail up there. The rope is white in color because of all the curd that is around it. There's a white tail up there. I thought my calf is hanging there, Mommy. So got all my friends help. Oh, calf hanging all the way up top. Okay, say, now what did you do? Mata kachana vatsakam mrigayutum maga vishadam kshanat. Okay, you saw that. Did you see that it is not a calf? Did you see that there is something else there? That was what? Takkanu water. Then all the curds started spilling. Then Mommy got really angry. This is the last thing she expected. She got extremely angry. She sees that Krishna, you better run up now. He just kept it all open your mouth. He turned the pot around. It went around as a fountain. It showered everyone's mouth with nice curd and taire. Okay, ready, set, 1, 2, 3. Abhina, 3 சொல்லும்போது everyone ran away. His friends. Guess what Krishna did? He did Gandusha Putkara. He sprayed that all the curd on Mommy's face. Ran away. Our Rukmini Devi was extremely happy. Then some mommies came. They started coming to my house. They came here and Aramsha. Amba Yashode Katitam Shundava Balaka Chariteshula. Listen to all the leaders that your son did. Each gopi is coming and complaining. He came and stole this. Mandara Mrudu Charana Yugena Mandam Manugachati Madhura Vachana Mukta Yamai Dhati Paripurnam Kumbham Bharati Amba Yashode Katitam. Initially, when Rukmini Devi asked, give me a lila, Solugo, Krishna Pata. என்ன பார்த்தானா முதல்ல பாகவதம் படிச்சு பார்த்தான். He opened Bhagavatam. என்ன இருக்கு கிருஷ்ணலீல? வத்சானுஜன் பச்சதசமே கோஷ் சஞ்சாதஹ சைஹி ஸ்தேயம் ஸ்வாத். ஓகே, ஒரு லைன் சரி சொல்லிட்டான். Then I'll tell this லீலா. Then ஹஸ்தாக்ராஹி ரச்சேதி விதிம்பித கோலுக்கலாதி. ஓகே, இது சொல்லிட்டான். Then she completed 2-3 shlokas. என்னடா அப்போதான் he looked at this host of Mahatmas. ஒவ்வொரு சரணம் பாரு கிங்கிணி பூஷிதம் சரண கமல முப்பாத்யதிகம் நடதி நடனகதிம் தத வீக்ஷ விமுக்த மஞ்சனின் மானவநீதம் ஹரதி. then I went to a house. அங்க போய் என்ன பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா, மம்மி நான் சூப்பரா டான்ஸ் ஆடுவேன் தெரியுமா, யார்கிட்ட டான்ஸ் கத்துக்கிறேன் தெரியல, எனக்கு தெரியும் அதே தெரியல இந்த ஊர்ல, பட் கத்துக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு. Mommy, if I dance, you have to give me some venna, okay? குடுக்கறேன்டா venna, குடுக்கறேன் அப்படின்னா அவங்க டான்ஸ் ஆடும்போது குருநாதர் ரெண்டு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்க. நவநீத நாட்டியம் செய்கின்றான் கண்ணன், நட்டு வாங்கும் செய்ய யார் வாரி, நவநீத நாட்டியம் செய்கின்றான் கண்ணன். மாமி ஒரு வெண்ண கொடுக்குறான். அப்படி வெண்ண கொடுக்கும்போது Krishna starts to dance and our Gurunatha looks at the dance. நவரசமும் இருக்கு. எப்படின்னா பகவான் is நவரச பரிதம் ஸ்ரீமத் பாகவதம், isn't it? So he will show navarasas everywhere. என்னன்னா in one shloka he can show navarasas. In one scene he shows navarasas. If you see Mathura Leela, which we will read tomorrow in Bhagavatam, he will show navarasas in one Leela. Depending on who is looking at it, he will show all the different rasas, whether it is Gambhirya, whether it's Bhivatsa, whether it's Madhurya, all of the rasas he will exhibit. Shishka has captured it in one shloka. And the Mari Bhagavan can do leelas. Where had he taken training in stealing butter? If there is butter, when there is no butter, if you look at if it is dirty butter, if there is no butter, அப்படி சுகமா இருப்பானா, அதுதான் சோகம். சோகரசம்னா அதுதான் சோகம். தட் இஸ் சோகரசம். அது டிஸ்கஸ்ட்னு ஒரு ரசம் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, when he opens, breaks that pot of butter and that butter smells even tad bad, it is little rancid. Bhagavan will show utmost disgust. அப்படின்னா அவ்வளோ disgust. Then if there is very good butter there, அப்படிங்கும்போது மதுரை ரசம் தெரியும். All these rasams அங்க தலையை சொல்லி ஒரு குரங்கு இருக்குமா. He will speak in that monkey's language and bring that monkey close by and feed it to the monkey. பக்கத்துல இருக்கிறவங்க சிரிப்பாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ரசத்தையும் he shows that. கம்பேர் அப்படின்னோட ருக்மிணிக்கு ரசமா இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கவே இல்லையே, சுப்பாருலாம் சொன்னா இவ்வளவு நல்ல வத்சானுஜன் மட்டும் கேட்டிருக்கேன், இதுக்கு மேல கேட்க மோர்ங்கிறான். பகவான் சொன்னா ராத்திரி ஆயிடுத்து, have to go and sleep அப்படிங்கிறான். ஏதோ ஒரு நேவன் சொல்லிட்டேன், நேவன் அப்படிங்கிறான். I tell you, அம்மா நிறைய பக்ஷணம் பண்ணி வைப்பா. And every time I steal the bhakshanam, Amma is not happy at all. I've heard Amma talking to her friends. அங்க ஒரு பாகவத உட்கார்ந்து பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கா. He wrote down everything. He's singing that. எத்தனை இவனுக்கு என்ன பக்ஷணங்கள் என்ன, ஏராளம் நானாவதை வைத்திருக்கும் என்ன, வித்தகமுட ஒத்த வயது தோழருக்கு முன்ன, வெண்ணை களவாடிறானே என்னடி நான் பண்ண, எல்லை இல்லாத விஷமகாரனடி. முத்துக்காடு ஒன்று விடாம எல்லா வீட்லயும் everyone's house is going and stealing all the better. பயமா இருக்கு, எனக்கு வெளியில வரதுக்கே பயமா இருக்கு. வெளியில பொருளாதாரமுள்ள செய்களை கண்டால் பொங்குதடி ஒரு அச்சம், புன்னகை பூட்ட முகத்தனை கண்டாலோ வெளில ஏதாவது he is doing something wrong, கிருஷ்ணா அப்படியே மூஞ்சி அப்படியே மாறணும். ஐயோ இந்த குழந்தை this little child will do all this அப்படின்னு மாறிடுறது. எனக்கு இதெல்லாம் after the fact Aishwarya is doing a problem of all of this. புரியவே இல்லை அவங்க, புரியாது ஆனால் புரியவே இல்லை அப்படின்னு. And Aishwarya is saying, பயமா இருக்கு, பால் கொடுக்கறதுக்கே பயமா இருக்கு. ஏன் அப்படின்னா யாரு வருவான்னு தெரியல. புண்ணியனுக்கு பால் விட்ட நீ எண்ணினாலோ பொங்குதடி ஒரு அச்சம், அந்த பூதனைக்கு வந்த கதி ஆகுமோ என்ற எண்ணம் தானாகுது மிச்சம் அப்படின்னு யசோதா அம்மா புலம்பிட்டே இருந்தா. At this point, Bhagavan started. ஒரே ஒரு இல்லை சொல்லி I'll stop. Rukmini didn't want to stop. Bhagavan said, Ekada Grihadasishu Yashoda Nandaki. 2 chapter இருக்கு. விஸ்தாரமா சொல்லலாம் அப்படின்னு ஆரம்பிச்சாராம். Karmatara Niyukta Suhema Manta Swayam Dadi. She started telling that Bhagavan started telling Damodaraniya. அந்த வீடு இந்த வீடு விட்டுட்டு நம்ம வீட்டிலேயே how I broke the pot அப்படின்னு Bhagavan is going to tell that Leela. And he starts speaking about how Yashoda Maya wanted to feed milk to our Krishna. Our Krishna was so, he wanted milk immediately. Amma sonna, Irida, there is milk in the oven. I'll get it down on the stove. I'll get it down. Then I'll feed you milk. ஆக்க பொறுத்தவர்க்கு ஆற பொறுக்காமல் அவசரப்படலாமோ இது தகுமோ. ஆக்க பொறுத்தவர்னா one who created the entire world, isn't it? ஆக்க பொறுத்தவனுக்கு ஆற பொறுக்காமல் பால் ஆற பொறுக்கல என்ன? What is this? Sweet Krishna, let it கொஞ்சம் ஆறட்டும் அப்படிங்கிறான். Bhagavan says, no, I want milk right away. Bhagavan நாமெல்லாம் ஓகே, பகவான் நாமெல்லாம் ஓகே, ஓகே. ஆனா சும்மா அவர் ஊத்துக்காடு சேஸ் மத்து புரி அணைந்து வாங்கி கடையும் முன்னே வம்பு செய்தால் வெண்ணெய் வந்துடுமோ. Before churning, you look at the churning rod and say, hey, bring me the நவநீதம்னா வருமா? will butter come. பண்ணாந்த கொள்ளுதும் கண்ணன் உன் hey, bring me the butter அப்படின்னா வராது. கிருஷ்ண கிருஷ்ணா என்று சொன்னா எழுதலாம், கிருஷ்ணான்னு சொல்ல பண்ண வந்துருமா இல்ல கேக்குற. பண்ணார்ந்த கொள்ளுவதும் கண்ணன் ஒரு பெயர் சொன்னா வெண்ண வந்துருமா? ரீட் பண்ணு, கடையணும். நோ, யூ ஷுட் churn. தான் வெண்ணை எங்க தானே தெரிஞ்சிடுமோ அப்படிங்கிற. இது சும்மா வராது, வெயிட் பண்ணு அப்படின்னு சொன்னோடனே பகவான் பொருட்களையும் டக்குன்னு ஒரு மத்த எடுத்தார். Guess what Rukmini did? Pause. What are pause? எனக்கு இப்போ இதுக்கு மேல I want to play with this Krishna. மத்த எடுத்து உடைக்கலாமா? அந்த மத்த இல்லையா, அந்த மத்த I want to play with this Krishna அப்படின்னா அவர் Rukmini Devi said. Bhagavan said, I have done so many things. I will do that also. You want me to be Krishna, that little Krishna? Fine, come. அப்படின்னு next morning started. Rukmini Devi became Yashoda. She started playing with Krishna. Through the day, he became a little boy. Rukmini Devi became Yashoda and they had a nice. அதுக்கப்புறம் it started again, rewind 45 minutes ago, it started all that Leela. Rukmini Devi, Shutva becomes now Smaranam. Now she's experiencing all that. அப்படி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காளாம். அப்படி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது திருப்பி all of it came. இந்த இடத்துக்கு வரும்போது Rukmini Devi said, boss, என்ன I want my Krishna back. I want my Krishna, Yuvaraja Krishna back. The youthful Krishna back. Yeah. You can't do rewind pass out like this. Either you have this or have that. No, I want both. Bhagavan said, okay, I will give you this Krishna in an archa form and I will be that Krishna. I will be the youthful Krishna. Okay, Bhagavan gave his own form with that churning rod as an archa murti. And he became the youthful Krishna. Every day Rukmini Devi would play with this archa Krishna, the beautiful Rupam, Vigraham of Krishna, with churning rod. She will keep playing with it. Then she didn't ask for any more of the stories. அப்படியே மேல சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னா I gave you the Achamurti, right? You should stop here. No, tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. Okay. First 10 chapters over, then 11th chapter, fast forward. Okay, that comes only the 29th chapter. Bhagavan Pitavaratri Sharadotpulla Mallika. Bhagavan describes the entire Rasa Leela to Rukmini Devi. How he did Rasam with gopis, with Radhe. I want Rasam. Now she's asking, I want Rasam now. Bhagavan said, gopis, there's no Yamuna here. You know, we are in Dwarka right now. There is no Yamuna here. I cannot do Rasam now. We have a big ocean, after all, she is the wife, he is the husband, they'll all be okay. You know, we have a big ocean, we have no other gopis. Rukmini Devi said, he said, all the 16,000 that he's going to marry, Chandrana, Vaishni, Bama, Jambavati, Satya, Mitra, all of them, plus the 16, all are gopis it seems. Okay. Bhagavan, Pitharatri, in Dwaraka. Aishwarya, there was so much of everyone were dead up. All the 16,000 Mahishis became gopis, truly became gopis. Bhagavan took 16,000 forms and in the shore, in the ocean, banks of the ocean, shore of the ocean, Bhagavan did Rasa Leela there. Shodashastri Sahasreshaha Kurvan Rasamahotsavam Manmataha Mohayamasa Bhagavan Nijamayaya. Yeah, Abhina. Viksharatu Manaschakra Yogamayam Vashya. And the Maya, Bhagavan invoked again, he did again the Rasa. No Puranam Kankananam Maduraihi Nidadaisaha Nanavadvina Gobu Tumulo Rasanatane Madhye Nijastrinam Krishno Manmatamohana Vadayan Muralin Chaiva Nanartha Paramadhutam. After he left Vrindavana, there is no mention of Bhagavan having his flute. He has come back as Muralidhara. And he is playing Rasanattam here. It became transformed into another Vrindavanam. That is like so wonderful Rasanattam that is happening there. Everyone is having their Chandanam, their Gopi Chandanam, they have so much of Chandanam, all of that. In that Rasanattam that is in the banks of the ocean, all that Chandanam has all gotten collected into one big lump, one big hill of Chandanam. That is what we call as Gopi Chandanam. Gopi Chandanam, that is Gopi Chandanam, it did not get dissolved in water. It became a huge lump of Gopi Chandanam. Then Bhagavan did his various leelas, and we know, the rest is history, right? We know Bhagavan when he wrapped up Ramayana Sartham, when Lord Rama, left, he took the entire Ayodhya with him, isn't it? Likewise, when Bhagavan did Leela, he made Srishti of Dwarka, he made Srishti of everything, even the houses he built overnight jobs. He did all of that. He transported them from Mathura to Dwarka, all of that he did. And when he left this world, he closed it out, he submerged the whole thing in water and went in a perfect job. Volunteers clean up Bhagavan, he does everything. End to end, he cleans up. We're going to make. Now we see, that was Bhagavan's Leela there. After so many hundreds and thousands of years, in recent past, a few centuries ago, there was a ship, this was the western coast, western coast of India, and the ship was sailing, and suddenly there was a big storm, and this ship needed to be, this ship was stuck in the storm. They didn't know what to do. On the banks was a great Mahatma. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hindu Hari Banda, Hanumana nodire. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Endu dhyanisi ninda bhimana padire. Shri Veda Vyasara munde kulida madvana bedire. Hari Nrisimhanandiya dhyanava maduta vayuva kudire. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nabiru Hari Banda Nodire. Who was that? Who was this Mahatma there? Nadumana Viprana Madadiye Hottege Punyana Magadana Kadumutu Kaikol Kamandalu Pidito Sanyasi Ubada. He was born in a very auspicious family, very pious family. As a young child, he was such a learned person, and he took sannyasa at a very young age. And this was such a vairagyam that Kadumutu Kaikol Kamandalu Piditu Sanyasi Vada. In the corner of our front, he's sitting in the banks, in the western banks, and he's doing dhyana. He sees that ship far away, and that is suffering in this water. And then he said, okay, he didn't know what to do. He was just looking at it. Who didn't know what to do? People in the ship. They wanted to get saved from this storm. They didn't know what. They tried various different things. Usually there is things called as jettison, right? They collect so much of dirt and stones and things like that and put on the ship so that can be jettisoned out in case of storms or in case to balance the weight and all that, right? So they had tons of all that gathered in the ship, and that ship had a lot of abharan, lot of expensive jewels and millions and millions of dollars worth trade stuff in that ship. So they wanted it to be saved somehow. Prarthana is very important, isn't it? They did a prarthana. Tada samudra tire tu sundare yati sattamam dadrishuhu yatrika sarve Madhvacharyam kripanidhim. They did prarthana to our Madhvacharya. He was our Madhvacharya who was born as Purna Prajna. When he took sannyasa, he had the name Anandatirtha Madhvacharya. அப்படிப்பட்ட அவரை வடது ಗೋಪಿ ಚಂದನ ಗೆಟ್ಟೆ ಇಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣಧನೋಡಿದ ಬಿಡದೆ 12 ಸ್ತುತಿ ಮಾಡುದ ಅಮಲು ಪ್ರಿಯನ ಕೂಡಿದ ಹರಿವ್ಯಾಸ 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 ಎಂದು ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡುದ ಮಧ್ವನ ಬೇಡಿರೆ. Our Vyasacharya was sitting there, and they prayed to this. They saw this Vyasacharya sitting on the banks. He shone very lustrously there. So they prayed to him and said, "Please, out of their own hearts, they prayed. People in the ship." And Vyasacharya Madhvacharya looked at this, and guess what he did? He was the avataram of Vayu himself, isn't it? That is what we sang. He came down as. In Treta Yuga, he came down as Hanumanji. In Dwapara Yuga, he came down as Bhima and sang the praises of Lord Krishna. In Kali Yuga, he came down as Madhvacharya and sang the praises of Vyasacharya, isn't it? Appadi, that Anandatirtha, they prayed unto. Anandatirtha, all he did. Anandatirtha Yogindram Sri Krishna Dhyana Tatparam Vayoram Shavataram Tam Manasa Smaranam Yayuhu. Because he himself was the avatar of Vayu, wind god, with his prayers all the storm was controlled and the ship was safely landed in the shores. The owner of the ship felt extremely happy. He came and surrendered to Madhvacharya and said, whatever you want to take from the ship. He gave a list of all the wealthy things that were there in the ship and said, whatever you want you can take. Madhvacharya said, Svikurvantam Mahaprajnam Shveta Mritpinda Madarat Avochanyatrika Sarve Paramascharya Samyutaha. He said, being such a Vairagya Rasika, he said, oh, there are a lot of these sacks, bags full of sand, Mritpinda, sand, that's there. I take that one bag of sand. He chose the bag of sand, I take that bag of sand. He opened it. There's so much of wealthy stuff here, and why do you go for this sand? How do you know? Our Swami said, it is actually Gopi Chandanam. It is actually the Chandanam of the Gopis. Remember the Chandanam that was all done after the Rasa Krida? And the Chandanam is what this is, and he tells the Mahima of Gopi Chandanam. Gopi Chandananitantam Krishnanama Parayanam Pujayanti Sura Sarve Padmaksha Tulasidharam Swapneti Narako Nasti Gopi Chandana Dharinaha Siddham Ki Vaishnavat Pancha Tasevatu Mahatmanaha. Gopi Chandanam is such holy. If one wears Gopi Chandanam and chants Krishna Nama, he cannot go to Naraka at all. That is the greatness of Gopi Chandanam. And he gives them the greatness of Gopi Chandanam, says, I'll bring the Gopi Chandanam, please. Yesham Lalate Krishnasya Likitam Charanam Bhujam. Indeed, when we wear this Gopi Chandanam, guess what we are doing? We are actually wearing Bhagavan Krishna's feet on our lalata, on our forehead. And now, all but it gets overwritten. Brahma, whatever he wrote, it gets overwritten. In the Krishna's feet only is Avadati. Adala Padsalam Poch. So, Thala Vidhi, Abhi Solarevula, whoever wears Gopi Chandana, Thala Vidhi, Abhi, don't even take Brahma's name. Brahma, he doesn't like Bhagavatas, he doesn't like the middle Bhagavatas affairs, just like Lord Yama also doesn't like it. Adhanala, Yarna, Nadula Bhagavan will take care of it with his feet. Adhanala, that is Gopi Chandana, Bhagavan's feet imprinted on our head, forehead. Our Namadwaar said, I will take this. On the Gopi Chandana, he started doing a beautiful stuti. It is called Dvadasha Stotram. It has 12 paragraphs. It is called Dvadasha Stotram. He did this beautiful stuti on Gopi Chandanam, on Bhagavan. Narayanam Keshavancha Govindham Madhavam Harim Trivikramam Vamanancha Namami Madhusudanam Sridharam Admanavancha Vishnum Dhamodaram Prabhum Krishikesham Vasudevam Sri Krishnam Pranamamyaham Nanavatara Bhedena Bhaktanam Paramam Hitam Vidadhasi Kripa Sindho Deva Deva Janardana Vinatu Paramam Bhaktim Tavapadam Padam Bujatayo Naranam Mokshalabhaya Sadhanam Hina Vidyate Ananda Kanda Govinda Rama Vallabha Keshava Jagan Mangala Murte Tvam Prasida Purushottama Jai Govardhanodhara Jai Gopi Manohara Jai Govinda Gopala Mukunda Vijayi Bhava. How do you make the beautiful stuti? Guess what happened? That hill of that big bag sack that broke, that the Gopi Chandan bag broke, and guess who came? Our little Krishna that Rukmini played with, he showed up. Pradyumna Janani Hasta Pujita Angri Sarorugaha Brahma Rudra Vilokesha Kirita Gravirajita. He showed with his churning rod in his hand, he showed up. Oh, he was so beautiful in this form. His joy knew no bounds. Immediately he started jumping and dancing in joy. And he said, Madhvacharyo Mahabhagaha Krishna Darshana Kautukat Nanartha Prema Sampurnaha Pulakanchita Vigraha Kirtayan Krishna Namani Mudni Baddanjali Ananda Bhashta Susnigdha Kapolo Murchito Bhavate. At that point he felt, he was so ecstatic with joy looking at the beautiful form of our Bhagavan, who was with a lotus-like face, lotus-like eyes, with a churning rod in his hand, with Makara Kundalas in his ears, with a beautiful neck, and with broad shoulders, standing with Samacharana Sarojam. That beautiful form our Radha saw, and he fell off in ecstasy. Then later when he got up, he jumped, he all the people from the village would come, and he took it as a procession to a place called Udupi, and he established it there. That's Udupi Krishna. Yeah? And even today, and he established 8 different acharyas who take turns to do puja of that Murti, that Bhagavan. You know, each one has what is known as Paryaya, the period of time when they do puja. And all his sishyas, all acharyas from this sampradaya, from Madhvacharya sampradaya, do today they do puja, do kaitarya to our Bhagavan, our Udupi Bhagavan. And then when we talk about the lineage of our Madhvacharya, there are various different acharyas. Akshobhya Tirtha was one of his disciples who came as Jayatirtha. But for Jayatirtha, we cannot understand Madhvacharya's works, and apparently Jayatirtha was Lord Indra himself who had come down, learned from Madhvacharya his works, and today we are able to appreciate the works thanks to Jayatirtha's works. Jayatirtha was one of the great acharyas, and in that lineage came Acharya called Vyasaraya. Vyasaraya was one of the greatest acharyas in that lineage, who was a very learned scholar. And he was that was the period when Krishnadevaraya ruled that area, ruled the kingdom, and he was Krishnadevaraya's guru. Krishnadevaraya was his disciple, because in one of the debates, Vyasaraya came and established the greatness of the Matha, Bhagavan and the Matha there. So Krishnadevaraya surrendered to Vyasaraya, and he was the guru. And just like Bhagavan first selects the place, he selected Tirupati, he selected the 7 hills and said, I will come there, Varamata. Namake Varamata. He selects the place, then he comes. Adikapra he builds the temple. Yeah? He selected the place for a long time, he didn't come. Then he came, and there was no temple. There had to be a Krishnadevaraya who came. Krishnadevaraya built the entire temple at Vyasaraya's command. At Vyasaraya's command. Every day he has to show his presence. Yeah? It was Vyasaraya who showed us, thanks to him that we have Tirupati there. I don't know who's going to be Krishnadevaraya here. Like for Bhagavan. Yeah, all of us are Krishnadevarayas. Now Bhagavan has blessed us that way we are. So Krishnadevaraya built this temple, and he was such a great Bhakta. He had a Shalagrama, and he did puja to the Shalagrama every day. And one day, suddenly what happened is this Shalagrama transformed into a beautiful Krishna and started dancing with the Namadwaar Natyam happened to our Vyasaraya. Krishna started praying. His joy knew no more. That is when he said, he embraced this Krishna, and that is when Krishna me Vegane. We sing it right. It's a very common kirtan thanks to Vyasaraya. His kirtan, our mudra, because of that Krishna, his Ankita mudra is Krishna. That is his Ankita. Just like Dasa's Ankita Purandara Vittala, right? Our Vyasaraya's mudra is Krishna. His disciples, Krishnadevaraya was his disciple. There were other disciples of his. There were so many other disciples. Vadiraja was another disciple who had Haigriva as his Upasana Murti, another great Mahatma, Vadiraja. That was once our Vyasaraya was going on his palanquin through some villages, through some dense forests. And when he was going through some dense forests, he saw a whole area filled with tulsi leaves, tulsi trees. Tulsi Sugandha mein, if you go through the tulsi trees, shrubs, the Sugandha, it will be very divine. Yes, I thought that, there's so much tulsi plants here. Because he was such a bhakta, all he does is manasika puja. He doesn't need a proper archamurti to do a puja. All he needs is just close his eyes and does a manasika puja. Yeah? And he closes his eyes and starts doing puja to Bhagavan. He plucks all the tulsi of his own mind. He plucks all the tulsi leaves from there. Beautiful tulsi matto. Apparently it is said you don't pluck the tulsi by its stem. Even when you pluck only the leaves of it. As Ramji said in this tulsi, there is most with mantras, with the prayer that is being offered to Bhagavan, right? And the prayer, he plucked only the leaves of the tulsi. He himself struck a beautiful garland, and now he is offering prayers to Udupi Krishna. In his own heart, he is offering this prayer. As he is offering this garland to Bhagavan, this garland keeps falling down. He's offered this garland to Bhagavan in his heart and keeps falling down. He opens his eyes, he looks around and he goes back to meditation, his samadhi. Then he's starting the puja over again and he's taking the garland, offering it again. Again the mala slips. Again he does this repeatedly and he knows this is there's something that is not right, there's something that is missing out there. So he has a bunch of disciples that are following him, so-called very learned disciples. He calls them, asks them, Nirmaya Mahati Malam Pavitraihi Tulasigalaihi Ishtadevasya Krishnasya Manasam Dharayamyaham Kintu Mala Nirmala Api Krishnasya Ansena Sajjati Yuyam Shastra Vido Vipraha Tatra Jalpata Karanam. I see that there is no dosha with this tulasi. Tulasi itself has no dosha. Even if you put dry tulasi to Bhagavan, nirmali tulasi to Bhagavan, nirmali dosha no dosha. If you use the flowers and put it again to Bhagavan, it's a problem. It's a dosha. Tulasi is not a dosha. You can offer tulasi to Bhagavan, take it back, offer it again next day. Take it back, offer it again next day. Even if it's dry tulasi, you can offer it. There's the greatness of tulasi. I confirm that there is no dosha with this mala also. Still, Bhagavan is not accepting that mala. Can you people who are experts in Shastra tell me what happened? The Pandits, isn't it? Kartum himanasi pujam vyana shakti sadhanam samadhanam chetasastu swamihi thavana vidyate. I think our Savrala, his disciples and Pandits around say, I think you didn't meditate properly. I think what Dhyana Siddhikala. Yeah. The other person is saying, see, after all, you're not doing anything. Manasile kalpika. Our Vedanta says, everything is in the mind only. Assume that it is properly fixed. It will fit. You learned so much Shastras. We're keeping all these people around with me. He was thinking that way, and one young man came there. Evam vadatsu vipreshu vyasarajam yatishwaram marke Kanaka dasastu nanama picha durataha Swami started coming closer. He had some kind of a black shawl on his body and he was wearing some old, very dirty dhoti. And he was actually straying some goats in the forest. He came running. And these people were like, who's this person who's coming with Swami? And Dasa looked at him. The moment he looked at this person, he knew he was not a normal person. He called him close by and said, yes, what do you have to say? Aham nicha kulotpannaha samskara rahitosmi cha brahmanair bhashanam kartum narhami ati pungava tatapi paramam guhyam bhakshyami ati shekara shrutvapi maidasosmin prasadum kurudeshika. Look at his humility. He says, you are all great learned scholars that are doing some kind of a conversation and discussion. I am no one. I am born in a very low family, low caste. I'm such a poor person. I have no right to come and intrude here. Still, I have a little thought, if I am allowed to tell you. Oh, Gurunatha, Kurudeshika, he says, Gurunatha, I will tell you. Okay. Everyone tried to shunt him out. Vyasaraya said, Panditairavi Dudhyayam, Idam Vaishnavas, all these Vaishnavas are great Pandits only. You tell me, Vijayam Katha, Madhiva Nichopi Tvayavada, Nicha Nicherapi Tvayavada. It's okay, you tell me what it is. And Kanaka Dasa, his name is Kanaka Dasa, he says, Swami, I think that churning rod, churning rod, the mala is getting stuck in the churning rod. And that is why it is not getting properly fit in our Udupi Krishna's shoulders. Then he goes back into his dhyana. But now it is true. It is true. This time he is looking at it. Because of the churning rod, the mala keeps falling down. But this is not something, this cannot be derived of logic or anything like that, isn't it? Because he never told them he is actually worshipping Udupi Krishna and all that. He figured it is not out of any logic or out of the intellect. He knows, but he asks him. He says, how did you find out? Our Kanakadasa says, Swami, I am meditating on the same Krishna. Normally I am sitting in meditation, and I see, when I am sitting in meditation, I am able to see that the mala is actually getting stuck. I see you in my meditation, I see you offering the mala. And I can see that the mala, Paya Samarpita Mala, Manthana Gravalambitam, Vilokya Sahasa Tubhyam, Bhaktu Kama Iha Katha. When I opened up my eyes, the one that I was meditating inside my heart, Dhruva did that, isn't it? Munadi Nikirara. Yaar, Vyasaraya. Hridayatula Paatha Gurunatha Narayanan Sathiamoorthy. Immediately I thought I had to come and tell you. I am coming running to tell you. Vyasaraya feels very happy. Sadhunam Hridayam Pekam Tatra Badron Bhedona Vidyate Avayor Yogyakam Krishna Eko Virajate. Indeed, it is Krishna in your heart, the same Krishna in my heart. How could it be different? Vyasaraya was extremely pleased. He said, it is nothing to do with your caste, birth and all that. In fact, you are one of the greatest Bhagavatas. He called him. In fact, it is important to see who is that young person, isn't it? He was a great person, he was a wealthy person, he was born in a great family and all that. Because of some catastrophe in a beautiful village called Adigale. And he had built a beautiful temple for his Krishna, his little Adikeshava. He had a beautiful Adikeshava in his village. He had built a beautiful temple for Adikeshava in his village, very grand temple for Adikeshava in his village. Because of the catastrophe, he lost his wealth and all that. That gave him Vairagya. He was called Kanaka. Because it was a karana, a name because of that reason, because of the gold reason. So that gave him some Vairagya, and he said, now I will quit all my wealth, I will quit all my, greatness, I will start herding goats. Herding goats are. He could have herded horses, he could have herded cows at least. Horses, apparently he thought, you will have that ego that you are herding horses, useful things. Even if you herd cows, he thought, Krishna herded cows, ego. I am in this lineage of Krishna, ego. Let me herd goats. And let me do dhyana of my Krishna. Let me do dhyana of my Krishna. That way these goats are very silent, safe beings. They'll just go eat stuff, come back. No maintenance. I can be blessed in doing Krishna Kirtanam and doing dhyana of Bhagavan. He made himself a Kuruba clan. Kurubas are those that herd the goats. He made himself into that clan and he was herding the goats. he knew because he knew about the cycle, but everyone else did not appreciate this. Dasaraya Sundar, from tomorrow onwards, you are the one who does Beri Kankari. You play the Beri for our Krishna Murti, because he had to respect the norms, and he said, Beri is something that can be played from the entrance, you can play Beri. So Kanaka Dasa was extremely happy. His other disciples were not. It was one day, but he still kept Kanaka Dasa with him with all of the disciples. And Kanaka Dasa was extremely learned too, he didn't show anything out. It was one Ekadashi day when our Vyasaraya called all his disciples and gave each of them a banana. And said, giving a banana to each of you, I think I'll give you one task, All of you have to eat this banana. But the only constraint is you have to eat this banana in a place that no one can see. No one should be able to see, and you have to go and eat. Some thought, Ekadasi, I usually fast. But Gurunatha is giving banana. I eat. I will protect. So everyone took it as a challenge. So the conditions are, you should eat it in a place where no one sees. One goes running into his house, puts latch on his door, then he opens, eats it, washes his hands. If I go without washing my hands, he washes his hands, feet, and all that, and then goes. The other said, maybe I should make the windows dark. He made all the windows dark. No one will see. And Kanaka Dasa also comes. Have you eaten the banana? Have you done what was asked of you? Done the assignment? Yes. Everyone is ready with their dissertation of what they did in pre without no one seeing. Our Kanaka Dasa had his banana in his hand and said, I haven't eaten. Kimetani palani tvam naiva bhakshitavanasi punardadasi mahyancha kshipram vadamahamate Krishna kaitaryamudishya shakti labhaya vaishnavaha palaharamapi swalpam kuryadekadashi vrate. You do not eat because it is ekadashi vratam. You brought it back. So how can I not follow Gurunatha's order? You asked me to eat. You asked me to eat it. Whether it's Ekadashi or whatever days I will eat. You also made a condition, eat it where no one can see you. I tried to find various different places. But unfortunately, I did not find a place where Bhagavan won't see it. If there is no one that should see it, Anta Krishno Bahi Krishnaha, Urta Krishna Yevahi, Prishtata Pashvata Krishnaha, Sahi Sarvatra Drishyate. Krishna is all around me. I can see him in the front, back, up. Krishna Pakama, can I eat? I was not able to find this place. So I have lost his test of yours. All the time. Everyone thought, still no one else was convinced that our Kanaka Dasa had that in his experience. But Vyasaraya alone knew that Kanaka Dasa had this in his experience. Kanaka Dasa, amazing. Sarvatra vyapyatishtantam paramatmanamachyutam yat pashyati mahabuddhihi sayeva brahmana smritaha brahma brahmajnanina samsiddhihi bhagavad bhaktini drisham nichoyamiti manyete yete nicha smritananuhu. Anyway, you are not living. Don't think of you as a low at all. One who sees Bhagavan around is actually Brahmana, actually the greatest of everyone. Acharya says, look at our Kanaka Dasa's humility. He says, Gurunatha, Vachalam Balisham Stabdam Vritha Panditaman. Sometimes when I open my mouth, things come out like this. And my ego plays around. I am always, I don't know what I said, but looks like I started bragging about myself. Please don't consider all this. Vachalam Balisham Stabdam Vritha Panditamaninam Nichavamsha Samudbhutam Katamma Bahumanyase Loke Pujyataman Vipran Veda Vedanta Parakan Atikramya Duracharha Kshemam Kaprapniyat. He says, I am still a low caste, I am still, in the lowest rank of the devotees. Please don't extol me and cause all this confusion in me. That is his humility. Our Acharya knows. He sees Kanaka Dasa. The next day he says, he closes his palm and he says, okay, second test for all of you. I have closed my palm now, I want you all to guess what is there in my palm. Just like we do it to a 4-year-old. He closes his palm and says, I want you to guess what's there in my palm. The first disciple, the most smartest of disciples says, I think there is a lemon in your palm. We usually offer lemons to a guru because lemon is one that tastes the same whether it is a ripe or unripe, right? So whether it is a ripe lemon or unripe lemon, no other fruit tastes the same whether it is ripe or unripe. So someone has offered him a lemon. So there's a lemon in your mouth. Look at his hand, it's so close, so tight. How can he guess that there is a lemon? He may love it. There is a gooseberry inside. He says, there is a gooseberry in your hand. The mother says, there is a 4 and a coin. Maybe in those days even that was very expensive. There is a 4 and a coin. Then he looks at Kanaka Dasa. Kanaka, can you guess what is there in my hand? Kanaka said, there is Vasudeva in your hand. Vasudeva. He was so pleased when he opened, there was a shalagrama of Vasudeva in his hand. When Kanaka said Vasudeva, it meant so many different things. It meant Vasudeva in his hands. It also meant only in Guru's hands Bhagavan is there, isn't it? Only a Guru can give Bhagavan to the disciple. Bhagavan is always, he's submissive to the Guru when he has to show darshan to his disciple. Vasudeva was indeed there. Everyone was extremely surprised looking at our Kanaka. Kanaka said, Namakku varke Krishna Kirtan. Our Kanaka went, so he wanted to do Kirtan all the time. One day he went to Udupi. Every day he would go to Udupi Krishna temple and start doing Kirtan. He wouldn't be let inside. He would stand out at the door, continue to do Kirtan. One day, it was early in the morning, he was there doing Kirtans, and his Kirtans are very wonderful. When he was doing Kirtans, there were these Archakas, the ones who do puja to our Udupi Krishna. They had all, in all that muddy and achar, they have taken a dip in the river and have worn all the Dwadasha chinhas, and they're coming there. And they see this Kanaka Dasa is dancing. They said, Re Kanaka Dasatvam Adhamosi Sudurmate Bhakta Veshena Te Krishno Naiva Tripta Mavapnuyate Samayachara Munnankya Maharanyam Bhavanarvitanasya Tire Murka Lokan Manchaitum Nalo. Hey, how dare you dance here? When all of us are coming, move away. Move away. Don't you know you have to stand in some corner and dance? Our Kanaka Dasa was so happily dancing. He couldn't listen to all this. He could only listen to Bhagavan's feet, and which was tingling with his anklets. Bhagavan is also dancing with him, and Kanaka Dasa was happily dancing away, singing. Ityukta Vaishnava Sreshto Mitaram Dhuna Manasaha Manmano Nichama Atmanam Pranamya Brahmanarapi. Immediately he comes close to Kanaka and says, Kanaka, better get out of here. Go, don't dance here, go back. Go somewhere else where no one can see you. You can dance there. Kanaka thought, that's okay. I don't want to be in the way. So he went. Sahasa Prishtata Kritva Namadwaar Shriya Patihi. Our Kanaka went out on the other side, Prishta Desha Upagamya Chakara Hari Kirtanam. He went on the opposite side of the temple and started doing Hari Kirtanam there. Bhagavan Pata. These Brahmanas were so happy they started Sahasra Sirusha and went inside. And went to Jabantam Paurusham Suktam Vaidika Brahmanastata Bhagavan and Sahasra Sirusha Pushakam Vaipandaka. Bhagavan hated these people, you know. See, I don't want to cast my face, my glance on these people, especially first thing in the morning. Then Bhagavan ke, our little Krishna, was so angry. He so angry that he was so attracted to our Kanaka, moving, you know, out to the back door that he turned around. Kanaka inga ponaro, BA ponara. Kanaka landed on the back door. Our Krishna also landed on the back door. Even they are opening, these priests are opening the door. Bhagavan's face, Bhagavan's face is not seen. Bhagavan's backside was seen. They were surprised. Kanaka, keep up. ಬಾಗಿಲನು ತೆರೆದು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡು ಹರಿಯೇ ಕೂಗಿದರು ಧ್ವನಿಯು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲವೇ ನರಹರಿಯೇ. Kanaka sings this beautiful kirtan there and he says, when our Gajendra called, didn't you come? Wait for India. Open the door, I want to see you. Please open. ಪರಮಪದದೊಳಗೆ ವಿಷಧರಣ ತಲ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿರಿ ಸಹಿತ ಕ್ಷೀರವಾರಿಧಿಯೊಳಿರಲು ಕರಿರಾಜ ಕಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿಮೂಲ ಎಂದು ಕರಿಯ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಬಂದು ಒದಗಿದೆಯೋ ನರಹರಿಯೇ. And that little boy, little 5-year-old boy, Prahlada came and he screamed, he said, Bhagavan is there in this picture. Didn't you come as Narasimha? When that old 80-year-old man, Ashtasi, 88-year-old man, when he screamed Narayana to his son, didn't you send your disciples to come and save him? Why are you waiting? There is this churning rod. Yeah? He started hitting Bhagavan started hitting the walls of the back wall, and he made a door. He made a door there, and Bhagavan made a door there so he could have darshan of Kanaka. Bhittidvarene Krishna Pashyanti Premikam Harim Bhaktidvarene Te Sarve Prapnuvanti Param Padam. It is not Bhittidvara, it is Bhaktidvara. Isn't it? When he saw that as Bhakti Dwara, Namadwaar, right? Beauty. When he saw that as a Bhakti Dwara and chanted, Bhagavan and the Bhakti Dwara darshan. He gave darshan to our Kanaka. Even today, Kanaka, right? We see Bhagavan from that Dwara. Even today, that is the Dwara. How we see our Lord Krishna there. Our Kanaka Dasa had shown us the path, you know. He has done so many kirtans. His kirtans are so beautiful, so simple, so beautiful. When they say Todan Sotralya, Kanaka Dasa sings a beautiful kirtan. Mutta Bedi. He says, Mutta Bedi, don't touch. Yaar solla namukku sollaya. Yamatan Dootarige solra. Yamatan Dootarige yaar solla Yaman solra. Enna Bhagavathodi sir. The center of Bhagavatam, Jamana Charitra, he translates it, he says that and says, Jikhwana Bhakti Bhagavad Gunanamadegam Chetaschanas Marasita Charanarvindam Krishnaya Namo Namadya Chira Ekadapi Tanam Etsumasato Krita Vishnu Krityan. Lord Yama advises his Dutas only to touch those people who don't chant Krishna Nama, who don't go down to Bhagavan's feet, right? Who is not able to say Krishna even once. Award is done in Adhikari. For other people that it is only given in 2 verses. Our Kanaka Dasa gives a beautiful explanation. Perumal Sri Churna Purna Dwadashanama Sri Turasi Vanamale Koranirudge Pavara Thirumantra Tirtha Prasada Udadiruvaga Tirupatiya Yatranu Madida Mahatmanaru Muttubedi. He says, you know, those who come, Tirupati Yatrana is not there. You know, those who have a darshan of a Perumal, those who can chant Bhagavan Nama, Vasudeva Yemba Vakyamu Patisura, who can chant Bhagavan Nama once, they are not adhikaris to He says, he shows the beauty of Bhagavad Dharma. We started with Bhagavad Dharma. All his kirtans are a beautiful exposition of Bhagavad Dharma. And Purandara Dasa and he were Samatana. Purandara Dasa has actually seen all these, many of these incidents. He writes that in his kirtans. Incident about Vasudeva, Shalagrama and all that is kirtans of Purandara Dasa himself. They are not made up stories. And he goes to Tirupati, he speaks on Tirupati Perumal. With that kirtan we will end. Lali Pavana Charana Lali Agharana Lali Venkataramana Lalita Kalyana Lali Vanajaksha Madhava Vasudeva Tanaya Sanakadi Muni Vandya Sadhu Jana Priya Inakoti Shata Teja Munikalpa Bhuja Kanaka Nilaya Venkataraya Nadi Naramrga Kari Hiranyatana Vairi Kariraja Rakshaka Karunyamurti Nadi Haryadi Keshava Guruva Prameya Sridhara Seshagiri Varatimma Raya He gives this beautiful Lali Kirtan to our Tirupati Perumal, with which we will also conclude here with prayers to the lotus feet of Gurunatha for more and more of Bhagavata Katha Shravanathinala. We start with Rukmini Devi and we are ending with Perumal. Abhi Achyudananda ke arati, Sachidananda ke arati, Matsyadi Rupa ke arati, Nitya Swarupa ke arati, Pradakshina Prati Priti ke arati, Pradakshina Kirti ke arati, Pradakshina Murti ke arati, Pradakshina Sutiya tarati, Mumurti Mahima ke arati, Brahmadi Vandya ke arati, Namma Swami Krishna ke arati, Amma Lukriyani ke arati, Achyudananda ke arati, Bhagavata Priyaya Bhavadukkarnaya Pandava Vamsha Poshakaya Muralidhara Bhakta Kamita Purtitaya Srimate Premika Varadaya Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Savitri Raja Gopala Balaya Sharatindu Koti Samashitalaya Sakshat Parabrahma Purna Swarupaya Muralidharaya Mama Guruvaraya Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Kalira Vachana Sindriya Vidyatmanava Bhakti Subhava Karomi Yatsalam Parasmai Narayana Samarpayami Gopika Jeevan Smaranam